This is my aquarium sump that I've designed and built. Aquarium sumps usually belong underneath an aquarium tank where water is gravity fed down into your sump. It is then filtered and pumped back up into your aquarium tank. The main advantages of using an aquarium sump are that you can usually filter more water, does a better job, and keeps your filtration equipment out of your aquarium tank. So you're just left with a nice clean tank with only your fish and crayfish. This aquarium sump is a bit of an overkill. It's based on the principles of intensive recirculating aquaculture systems. So this is a bit of a demonstration of how intensive land-based fish farms work. The first principle is to remove your solid particles, so your settable solid particles, basically fish feed and fish waste, first directed through a swirl separator or centrifugal particle separator. Water enters at an angle, is directed around the swirl separator, and due to gravity settles down to the conical base of the swirl separator. So this one here, just manually open that valve to release the water that is concentrated with waste. Anything that does float can also be removed in this model. Under that Perspex clear plate, there's another outlet. Clean water is directed into the center of the swirl separator, comes up the top and leaves through the outlet there and into the foam fractionator or protein skimmer. This is a counter current foam fractionator. Water enters the top and is drawn out the base of the unit. With this model as well, water continually circulates round through a air pump, and water leaves the unit via an air pump. So water can therefore enter into the second chamber, comprising mechanical filtration. This is just basically an aquarium filter sponge. It's important to get the right type. Too fine and it will block up too quickly, too coarse and it just won't do its job. So the idea is just to periodically take this out, give it a bit of a clean, whack it back in. The heater is also located in this chamber and heats the water before entering into the biofilter, the biological filter. This particular one is a fluidized biofilter. The filter media is the K1 filter media. So ideal for fluidized bed filters. Lots of oxygen is pumped through, quite simply because the bacteria need a lot of oxygen. So two types of bacteria. This is basically a bacteria farm. The bacteria convert the ammonia waste into nitrites and then into nitrates, which is a lot safer for the fish, great for plants. So just a couple of air stones down in there. With this particular unit, the housing can actually be removed. I think that was easy to make. I guess again, the idea is to actually remove the biofilter, so if needed it can be placed into another location to keep the bacteria alive, just in case this unit has to be shut down for any reason. So it's important to keep your bacteria alive and happy. Inoculate other filtration systems as well. Water from the biofilter then enters into this little fourth chamber here, comprising chemical filtration. So basically zeolite and second canister there for activated carbon. So they just help clean your water as well. Water, well basically the zeolite removing ammonia, activated carbon removing a lot of other contaminants that may be in your water supply or whatnot. From this chamber, the water is then directed into the final chamber. Here we have a UV filter. UV filters are actually quite important, or usually quite important on fish farms and aquariums alike, to help eliminate pathogens, parasites, unwanted bacteria. And from here, the water is pumped back up into your fish tank. But with this particular model as well, water can be redirected back into the system via this device here, which I've just called a carbon dioxide stripper. So comprised underneath this drip tray, just larger bio balls, and they just help oxygenate the water and through diffusion extract carbon dioxide, which is not good for fish. So this is just one design, and they just simply demonstrate the basic principles of intensive recirculating aquaculture systems.